What's up, everybody? This is Crossover Athlete Insights. Your host, Joey Murray and Joshua Shapiro, back together after Saturday's edition. I'm still recovering a little bit. My voice will be pretty, hopefully, for Saturday's edition. I know you guys miss it so much. And we are here. We're going to cover a little review over all the Sunday's games. We had some few key injuries there and some surprising things happened over the weekend. We'll get into those real soon. I know a lot of the fantasy trade deadlines occurred this weekend. Some of you are still going. So we're going to go through the buy low and sell high phase one last time for you guys. We're going to get into a new one. We're going to get into a stashes for the fantasy playoffs. And that's what we're going to go into. So we're going to start going into some of Sunday's games here, Joey. Let's just start with Tony Pollard finally getting in the end zone after 30 quarters.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember me telling you this, but during the last pod or maybe after, I said Tony P's getting in the end zone today.
He was due.
He was due
Yeah. Anytime Teddy. It had to have been plus money at this point.
plus 900.
Yeah. This guy doesn't sniff that thing.
No,
Yeah. He only sniffed it when he was stealing all those touchdowns when I had Zeke a couple years ago. That makes sense. Yeah, so Tony Pollard, 12 carries. They were dominating that game, so Rico Dowdle got a little more average of the work than usual. And yeah, the offense was okay. So defense put up like 23 points.
another pick
Yeah,
six.
Deron Bland's got 4 by himself.
Yeah, tied for the record, right?
Yeah. I gotta assume he breaks it at this point.
It's one of those things though that like he could just not have one again for the next 4 years.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
But how insane is it that he's had 4?
he's just probably jumping those out routes and
Yeah.
just
That's what this
it's
last
just an
one
open.
was.
Yeah, that's just the easiest way to get a pick six. Just there's open space.
Yeah, well, that's what Trayvon Diggs was doing, and then he got burnt every time on double moves for
I
the
know
next 3 years.
everybody's acting like he was the best DB in the game, but he's just the best fantasy DB. And like, I think people were calling for him to be D-Roy, and he was giving up like most yards out of any DB.
Yeah, all he had was
Yeah,
interceptions.
because he just tries to jump every
So
route.
you're either getting a touchdown or you're throwing a pick on him, but I'm gonna
Dude,
take those odds.
he's just stressing out his safeties like no other.
Yeah, he likes to talk crap on Twitter about Josh Allen too.
I know, and look how that worked out.
Von Diggs. I played him in DFS last night.
Good call.
Didn't work out.
Tommy won again. Congratulations, buddy.
He's unbelievable.
It's pretty. He's a savant at it.
Congratulations on the wedding as well. We went to a wedding together. We didn't
Yeah,
even talk about it. Let's do a quick little snippet of what happened.
yeah. Just tearing up the dance floor per usual.
Yeah, pretty sick moves. I think one guy had you outmatched.
There was one. There was one. He had dyed hair, acupuncture guy, or what? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it
yeah, yeah,
was.
yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty sure he was on something other than alcohol.
It was definitely more than alcohol.
Yeah, but
I'd have to assume. But man, he big dude, probably roided out. Definitely roided out.
yeah,
I would go
maybe,
roided
maybe
out. Okay, but big dude. But man, does he got some pep in the step? He's got
he got bounce. He
yeah,
got bounce. The reactive, like he'd kill pogo jumps.
yeah, killer. So he'd hit the ground. Boom, he's up on the next side. It's
Talk about
unbelievable.
reactive feet.
Yeah, it's
He can
crazy.
dunk for sure.
Well, speaking of weddings, not quite weddings, but happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you,
Yep,
thank
yep.
you.
This is a beautiful picture of Joey and his wife. Well, maybe not beautiful of Joey.
Did you just put it up, or are you putting it up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll edit it in. My sweet editing skills. Did you see I put an explosion on the DK?
I did, I did, I did. Yeah, it looked like once again a sixth grade college computer skills
It's pretty
project.
close. I'm learning, man. And then I spun in the little DK is back. I didn't post it yet. I really meant to post
Oh, I
that.
thought you did.
No, I meant to.
Oh, do we want to pause this and post it real quick?
Now I'll post it right after.
Okay,
Yeah, don't let me forget.
okay.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Hasn't shown in the last couple of podcasts. I was pretty sick, so I just did the simple editing and got it out to you guys.
Well,
All right.
that's also up for debate on how sick you actually were. Josh's fiance uh, called
Yeah,
him a couple words that I can't repeat on the podcast, but basically talking about how soft he was.
I had the flu.
Never threw up once.
I don't know about the other way though.
Dude,
Yeah,
what? Daily blowouts over here. You don't hear me complaining about it.
yeah. Blowouts on the bike.
What?
Blowouts on your bike?
Do I shit on the bike?
Yeah,
No.
you just ride it home. Wasn't it your
Oh,
story?
yeah, that was I was, like, 6.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I shit my pants at a friend's house, I had to ride my bike home.
the classic. You just wore it.
This was pre-cell phones.
So what are you gonna use
Dude, I didn't tell
use
it.
your friend's house phone and say, "Mom,"
I just
just
No, bro, I didn't tell anybody. I took off my underwear and threw in the woods behind my house.
oh, you threw them out.
Mhm.
So you didn't dookie ride it home.
No, I did. I Dookie rode it and then ditched him when I got home.
Oh, you wore them home and then chucked them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You didn't feel like chucking them originally before you squished it.
No, no, because I was 6 or 7,
Dude,
and I'm like, "I'm not gonna take my pants off at somebody else's house."
that's one of my favorite stories, honestly,
Yeah, I didn't even know it was one of those things, like, you don't even realize how funny it is until, like, you tell it to somebody else,
and they start
and,
dying.
like, you were wheezing, and I was like, "Oh, this is a good story, I guess."
That's great.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. He says 6, but that's really 16. He's probably
No,
not too long ago.
probably probably 1st grade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know how old that is, to be honest.
I don't either. So be 7. I'd be 7.
7?
7.
So close.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, so one of our best friends got married, Tommy Parsons and Nikki. Congratulations. A great wedding. Glad to be there. Donuts.
Fire donuts.
All over the donuts.
Amy's Donuts,
Is that what it
I think
was?
it's
Oh,
what
that's right. He sent us in the morning.
yeah, I mean, just the fluffiest of fluffy.
Yeah, I had cookie dough donut. And if you don't know me, you know I'm a sucker for cookie dough, brownie batter, whatever it is, anything dessert really. And yeah, it was gas. I was gonna go back for seconds, but I didn't want to take too many.
Yeah, I was going to, but I didn't wanna get fat shamed by, your fiancé again.
Yeah, yeah. She had a big plate there.
I know, I know, but, I'm a gentleman, I don't say anything like that.
A bit of a rude thing to say to her.
I whispered "Sid," but
Couldn't let her hear it.
no,
What a gentleman you are.
I know, I know.
No, all right, that's all good fun. It was a great time, but let's get back to some football. What a great day of Sunday football. Yeah, so Tony Pollard got in, and on the other side of things, they played the Panthers, a guy that we had thought was taking over the RB1 role in there. Not that it's a good offense to really be sole leader of in the backfield, but Chuba Hubbard and Miles Sanders coming back to even 29 snaps for Chuba and 27 for Miles. Just
Honestly, you can't play either of them at this point. Like,
no, no
it's
way.
like, keep both of them or keep one of them, and if you need somebody, then, like, play them and just hope for the best, but, like, neither of them are actually, like,
Yeah,
valued assets at this point.
bye week struggle, and you just
Yeah,
need to fill somebody in.
yeah.
They would do okay.
Yeah, like, it's not the end of the world, but, like, don't yeah, you should look for other options
Yeah,
at that position.
yeah. So Michael Gallup playing time going down, but makes sense.
Mhm.
Brandon Cooks coming back, getting fully healthy, and that's really it there. Pretty self-explanatory game that was a blowout from the beginning, double-digit spread to start the week, and yeah.
Kind
So,
of a bummer that CeeDee Lamb got that touchdown and would've been maybe a good time to if the owner would be willing to give him up,
oh
he would
yeah,
have had, like, 6 or 7 points.
beginning of the year was the time to get him.
Yeah, for
He had
sure.
a tough start,
Yeah.
and then okay, yeah. So Jalen Warren, only highlight of that entire game probably. DTR beats the Steelers. And that the Steelers defense, both defenses are great, really,
Yeah.
and both offensives just are not worth anything.
I there is one guy that I was looking at that might be worth obviously, aside from Amari Cooper,
Mhm.
Elijah Moore, 6 catches on 8 targets for, I think, like, 60, 70 yards.
I don't know his
It
yards total.
it's right around there, I just checked. But,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I think, at least for me, when it comes to a new starting quarterback on a team, you look to see who he's got that early connection with and who he's comfortable throwing the ball to.
yeah,
So, same thing with, Kyler Murray, like, Greg Dortch, like, I think he also had 8 targets, for a bunch of yards.
I,
So,
I did not know that.
I those are guys, if you have room on your bench, I'd definitely try to stash those guys, and, like, you never know. You never know who's gonna explode. So, if that's where the connection's at, obviously, Hollywood Brown doesn't really have that connection going with him right now.
I think that'll come.
Yeah, no, I mean, you just never know, so it's like
Yeah, they had it before. I don't. He looked his way on some deep balls, underthrew him, probably still getting used to the speed of things, the speed of Marquise Brown. The dude flies, and just straight up underthrew him on a
He
few
hit
balls.
Rondell Moore
He did.
for 1 catch on 1 target for, 48 yards and
Is
a
that what
touchdown.
it is?
Yeah, I checked after the
Still
game.
would have been worth the play.
I know.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising because he had like 7 targets, 8 targets the week before.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't run many screen passes or something because that's usually how he gets the ball. All right. Yeah, the highlight of that game though, clearly Jalen Warren didn't even out snap Najee, and I don't understand it. I guess it's a money thing.
but the thing is Tomlin straight up said Warren's the starter this week.
And he gets out snapped by Najee, but yet he has 9 carries for 129 yards and a touchdown.
He's a must play at this point. Against
Ah,
that defense?
yeah, I mean that's true, but I wouldn't put him. I think he's a good
Not I
play.
mean, unless you're stacked at running back, but, I'd categorize him as a true RB2 right now.
I I think it's close. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, his upside against the Browns, rivalry game in in Cleveland.
Yeah, in Cleveland.
So, I mean, I think you read the hot hand. You put up 30, points on DFS for me.
So how many it was? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because he had the over 100.
Mhm.
Yeah, boost, the 3 point boost. Yeah, I think I had 26 something or 27 something on regular PPR. Super explosive runner. Like he's a talented guy. He's the way more talented running back than Najee.
Yeah,
And I don't understand why Pittsburgh just is so. I mean, because they wasted a first.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, you don't wanna look stupid.
Well, they did.
Well, and it looks like they already wasted a first on Pickett.
Yeah, they did. They wasted two in a row. And it's not like Pittsburgh. They're usually pretty solid. I didn't like the Najee pick. I'm a Pittsburgh. I didn't like the Najee pick originally. He's not an explosive runner. He never was at Alabama. He was just bigger than everybody.
Yeah, falling forward.
Yeah. And you had the
Dominated Ohio State in the,
no, Devontae Smith.
well, also Najee.
We couldn't play defense that year.
I mean, Alabama's just so much better than everybody else. It was like Georgia last year. Just who are they gonna beat in the finals?
We should have beat him.
Should've, but they didn't.
Who was the kicker? I don't even remember his name. So bad. Yeah. Again, 50-50 split in the backfield in Cleveland, 50-50 split in Pittsburgh. So as the season's going on, it looks like a lot of timeshares are really kind of coming into the game, and that's not great for fantasy relevance as far as running backs go.
No, I do wonder how much that comes down to furthering in sports science when it comes to workload management.
100%.
Like, I feel like past couple of years, the starter's the starter. He's in there until he needs a break, and now it's just kinda sharing the workload, making sure everybody's as fresh as they can be for the last stretch of the season.
100%.
Especially you see that in Buffalo right now.
Oh, you're well, yeah, with James Cook and them.
James Cook, Latavius Murray, and Ty Johnson's
He
getting
hasn't been
legitimate
pl-
snaps
he hasn't
snaps.
been playing much before this either.
Ty Johnson?
Yeah.
Correct, yeah. He started, I think, last week a little bit, and he's looked good,
Yeah.
unfortunately for James Cook managers.
He looks good too.
Yeah, James Cook looks phenomenal right now.
Yeah. But he averages the most yards per carry over the past like year and a half or something like that, or ever since he's maybe 2 years now. He's averaging over 5 yards a carry with
Yeah,
like a minimum of like 150 attempts or something like that.
yeah.
And I mean, new OC in Buffalo, you could think that they were going to run the ball, like have a little more emphasis to run the ball and not make Josh Allen do as much. We kind of touched on it Saturday.
Yeah, and I think also good news for, James Cook managers, Latavius Murray did not look that great, yesterday, and he just looked slower, and obviously he's 33 years old, he's a running back, he's been in the league for, what, 11 years now?
Wow. Yeah.
So, hopefully, that just leads to more James Cook volume,
hmm
just Latavius Murray just wasn't.
I mean, I think the other bonus is he got the touchdown, but that was on a play that they were inside the 5, and he
Yeah,
was in the game.
yeah, exactly. Did you see, the breakdown of it?
It's a great play call.
Well, did you see why it works so easily?
I'm assuming the drag route cut one of
S
the linebackers off.
so,
No, I didn't.
forget who was I think it was might have been Chris Collinsworth calling the game,
Yeah, it was.
but,
It was Sunday night or
so
no.
so Cook was in the backfield around
Yeah,
the 5-yard line. They motion Cook out and back in, and they see
that's
the
right.
DB go with him, showing that's man. He stays on that side of the tackle, and so they just run a little route to the right, and it's just James Cook running as fast as he can, beating the guy to the edge.
Okay, I think unless it was the exact same play, the Niners did the same thing with McCaffrey.
I believe it. I mean, it makes sense.
Did they motion James Cook out?
Yeah, they motioned him out, and he just came right back. Like,
Are you sure
it
that wasn't McCaffrey?
I'm positive.
Because McCaffrey definitely did
I'm
that.
100% positive. I'm sure it's not the craziest idea in the world.
I've never seen it
Why do
out
you
of the
think they
backfield.
motioned? It shows the coverage that the team's in.
No, yeah.
He stayed no, 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 so he
No,
motioned out
I
and
know.
came back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm positive James Cook did that.
Yeah, it was such a great it was great play call. They
Yeah.
used to Green Bay used to do it with Devontae all the time.
Yeah. Well, Rodgers hates motion
Well, that was
because he likes momentum.
at the 3-yard line or
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
at the 2-yard line, like, when Devontae had that year where he scored 100,000
Yeah,
touchdowns
when I
and
got him in the 2nd round.
yeah, yeah, I had him that year too, won me the
Yep,
I
me
had
too.
him and Josh Allen in QB1 and RB1 or wide receiver 1, and I won it that year. But, yeah, so they would just they'd run, like, trips out to the outside, so they'd have 2 essentially, it ends up being 2 blockers or 2
Yeah.
guys running drags to set picks, and so he just runs, like, motion underneath them and then comes back and runs a flat route the other way.
Yeah.
Nobody's stopping him.
You just gotta beat him to the edge.
Yeah, so such a good play.
Offense is so easy to manage.
Yeah, I don't know. Why aren't we
Let me call
OCs? Let me design some plays. Everything's a touchdown.
everything's a deep ball
Yeah.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's going deep every play.
Yeah, well,
Gotta
you almost have
stretch
to.
the safety.
Yeah, stretch the
If it's
ball.
there, launch it. If it's not,
The number 1 read every time in my books.
I'm just gonna assign 3 track stars and just have them continue to rotate every play. Like,
Oh, the Dolphins.
have one no, but, like, legitimately just run straight down the field. That guy just goes to the sideline. Just have him whatever side is next to their bench, run down the sideline. He doesn't have to jog back, just come off the edge. Another guy rotates in. Just a little cycle.
You're a genius. That guy's
Clip it. Somebody clip that.
i.e. Devin Smith. Yeah, alright. Crazy game. Justin Fields is back. This is a I wanna okay, this is an important one because he had over 100 yards rushing. If you tuned into last week's podcast, he was a guy to go get as a playoff push. Not because of the football player he is, we went over that a little bit, but because there was hope that when he came back here, they'd start using him like they did last year because they don't have a choice. They have to win if they wanna keep their jobs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think another big thing to look at. I wasn't huge on the buy Justin Fields train. I wasn't super against it, but Deontay Foreman got hurt. Um, doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. I don't think he got much playing time after that. But Khalil Herbert didn't do much at all. Roshan Johnson, I think, did even less. I think it was like 5 carries for like 13 yards. Um, so
6
Justin Fields
carries
was
is
the only
good.
one that was run the ball. So that's good for Justin Fields managers if hopefully get a couple more designed runs in the game. But
It seemed like it. I mean, Herbert had 16 carries for 35 yards, but he had the volume. So, like, he's the guy.
but it was only after like Deontay got the whole first drive. He got the goal line. For I think like the first quarter he had 1 yard for and a touchdown.
Yeah.
So
Um, Detroit backfield back in the timeshare.
yeah, play both of them. The offense is too good.
Yeah, I agree. I think both are relevant.
Yeah,
Both are going to score.
I'd rather have Gibbs.
You definitely rather have Gibbs because he's the one catching passes.
Hmm.
But Monty, he actually outsnapped them too, but also could be a game script thing because they were down the whole game.
Yeah,
Jameer Gibbs, 8 carries to Monty's 12, but six targets to Monty's two. I think he had 6 catches. I think he caught them all. And just a better player, but Monty's been great. So the offense is going to score points. The
yeah.
number 2 offense in all of the NFL. Amon-Ra is clearly wide receiver 1, and the offense. I mean, yeah,
It's got to be probably the only offense that has 5 playable players right now.
okay. Laporta,
Goff,
Goff.
Gibbs, Monty, and Amon Ra.
There you go.
All definitely playable and startable.
Let's see. San Fran,
Uh,
Purdy,
Purdy's
a top 10 quarterback,
depends on the week.
points per game, top 10 quarterback.
All right. Debo's not.
Debo is a play though.
No, he's not. Not anymore.
He is. He was
He
hurt.
he's got a big name. That's why you're saying that. But
No, I
the
like Debo.
production's not there.
I agree. It hasn't been, but you still can't not play him.
I honestly I really don't think you have to. He's yeah, no. First 2 games or t second and third game got, over 20. Then, he got 0 points.
He got
But
hurt?
no,
Oh, he didn't.
no. Then he got, 11, then he got 1, then he
Well,
missed
the one he got
3.
hurt.
Oh,
That was the game he got hurt.
okay. Um,
And then a 16, the game
then a
he comes
16 and a
back.
and a 9.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's a wide receiver too.
I think it just depends on the matchup for me. I obviously, his you're gonna feel like you have to play him because
But
he's
what's the
such a big
difference
name.
between him and a Monty? Like they're both that same playable way.
No, I think Monty is
No.
got yeah. One's and also one's a running back, one's a wide receiver, so it's a little bit different.
I mean, Debo's practically a glorified running back.
Yeah, but positionally,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I just saying,
I mean, I'd play. I'm not. I'm just saying he's not a. Yeah, he's starting in just about every league.
yeah. But Khalil Herbert, clearly the guy there. But in Justin Fields, love to see it. DJ Moore has a great game. Gets a touchdown. I thought he got a boost with Justin Fields back. I mean, that's the guy he's going to sling the rock to nonstop. I thought.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that whole offense is a question mark. But if they can get the ball moving, DJ's gonna be a big part of that.
Yeah, I mean, he 9 targets. The next closest was Cole Kmet with 3. Like it's going to get
Yeah,
force fed to him, and that's why I think it's better.
yeah. Obviously, still a must play. Like he's still a top 10 receiver. So yeah, he is. He was ninth entering the week, and he got what, like 25 this week.
20. Yeah,
Yeah, so he's still up there.
I just wouldn't put him in my top 10 every week.
No, 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 no. I'm not saying that, but
He had
he
that
is
50
like
bucks.
he's gonna start in every single league.
Should.
Yeah,
Yeah. Jamison Williams started to play more snaps. Something to look at. Maybe eat into Amon Ra, but he's too good anyways. So
yeah. I've been big on Jameson Williams the past 2 years, and unfortunately, just kind of hasn't shown that production yet.
yeah,
He's been one of my stash guys for a while now. Unfortunately, I couldn't hang on to him because I've just, like I said in previous podcasts, I'm at up to 7 guys on IR this year so far. So we're just limping to the finish line at
you're
this
like
point.
San Fran's training staff, huh?
Th-
You can't
This
keep
is
anybody
this
healthy.
is just ridiculous at this point. So um yeah. So
That's where you cut it off. Great insight, Joey. Thank you. Uh, yeah, so that's where it's at. Jamison Williams could be if he is available. I don't know what he is in. What's his rostering? Can't be high.
no, I bet it's like
14%.
15. Yeah.
Look for a stash. Could be a guy that has some potential later on.
I think we got some better guys on the waivers this week in particular, due to injuries,
Yeah,
which we'll
but
get into in a little bit.
I'm just thinking a long-term
Yeah,
stash,
absolutely. I'm
not
just
necessarily.
don't use your first waiver wire pick on him this
Right.
week.
No, no, no. We'll have those to come.
I would he for me, he's a guy. See what happens with your waivers tonight or tomorrow night. Sorry, or no, when this comes out, it'd be tonight. Um, and then make that Wednesday pickup
Yeah,
with him
yeah.
if you have room,
That'll
but
be
don't
tomorrow.
force it.
Oh, tonight. Yeah, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, yeah. See, podcast brain over here.
Yeah, yep. I still have sick brain. Uh, Tank Dell, absolute machine. Devin Singletary got full volume again in the backfield in Houston. Made it worth it if you played him. 22 carries, 112 yards a tutty, a couple catches for 6 yards. And yeah, I mean, another great performance out of him. Probably takes over RB1 role, I'd assume, over Damian
I was
Pierce.
just thinking about that. I think Dameon Pierce hasn't shown the production that we thought he was going to have, and we've
Yep,
talked about this in weeks past. But Singletary's earned it.
100% has.
So I think just how explosive that offense is through the air just opens up that running game so much.
Yeah, and he's been able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Damian Pierce, that offense really started to explode as soon as he
Wally pipped.
what?
You don't know that?
No.
Damian Pierce getting Wally pipped, gets hurt, misses out. Lou Gehrig plays the next
Oh.
3,000 game, whatever his record was.
Oh.
Wally Pipp was the guy before Lou Gehrig.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't heard that saying? You're a baseball guy.
Play baseball.
Fair.
I don't know everything about the history of the game.
I've heard it too many times. So don't sit out. That's the rule of this. If you don't feel good, play. Because Lou Gehrig or Devin Singletary It's coming.
I tried, and then my production went way down, and then I had surgery, so
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Do
I
it
got
till you don't have a
I Wally
choice.
pipped myself,
Nah, I mean, what else were you gonna do?
not tear my UCL, our UCLs.
Damn UCLs. Screw them. Yeah, so Marquise Brown only 4 targets. Dortch had 7. Yeah, McBride was 7 as well. McBride, the most snaps on the team, played every single one. My God, what a scoop if you were able to get him tight at top. I want to put him in the 5 range now with Andrews out. I want to put him like right at 5 pretty much through the rest of the way.
Who's that? Sorry, I was looking
Trey
up.
McBride.
Yeah, so you text me, McBride tight end 1 after he got 1 catch,
It
on
was
the
the first
opening drive.
play.
Yeah, it was the
It
first
was
play.
the first play of the game.
Yeah, and I just wasn't even gonna entertain it. I just ignored it, because he's finished with 9.
Yeah, but
So
it
right now I have George Kittle, who I traded before the game because I still
when
have Kincaid, but I had to go get Lockett. But I have George Kittle at tight end 1B right now, with Kelsey obviously at 1A. I think he's right there with him.
I mean he's that good of a player.
He's so explosive.
There's just so many weapons.
Yeah. If Ayuk goes down,
Please don't go down.
no. I'm not saying I don't want him to go down. I'm just saying like if he goes down or CMC, basically anybody besides Debo, then I think his value goes even higher and could be a 1A
I mean, you just never know who's gonna do it in that offense.
besides CMC.
Yeah. Like, he's getting his.
Yeah.
Got
Ayuk's gonna get 6 6 targets, end up with 4 catches
dude,
for 75 yards.
he's a wide receiver 1,
Yeah, absolutely,
legitimately.
absolutely. But imagine if he was on a team with less weapons, like just like a normal
He's
decent
always
offense.
open, bro.
He's fast.
Yeah.
He's fast.
He has the highest yards per catch in the NFL.
I believe that. I meant to check this out. I meant to bring this up. Um, does Tyler Lockett have the fewest yak yards on the year? Because every time he catches the ball, he just falls to the ground because he looks like he just doesn't want to get hit.
I can
There's a
look.
whole clip that I saw on just his
Just
catches,
nonstop.
and just he just goes down. It's so funny, and obviously, like, he's 175 pounds, and, like, he's not gonna get much after contact, but, like, it's
Yeah.
just so funny to how just unwilling he is for contact.
He doesn't wanna die.
No, I mean, I don't blame him either. It's just funny at this point.
How do I look? Okay, there's gotta be a way. Okay. I'm gonna look that up actually because that would be interesting. Dude, we need some sponsors. This would be a great time to fill in sponsors.
Well, we do, you do the sponsors beforehand, and then you clip it in. You don't wanna break up the momentum of what you're talking about.
I watched the, Kelsey podcast, bro.
Yeah, yeah, it's clipped in.
Nope.
Oh, well, most clip them in.
I don't think you need to clip them in.
Okay.
What do you guys think? We're trying to get excuse me. See, I'm sick. We're trying to get what? Jets Pizza and what was the other one we wanted?
I think we just wanted anything.
I mean, we definitely wanted anything. But there was one that we named off.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, what a surprise. All right. Yards after catch per reception. 2.9. I don't know. I I don't know how to use the comparison.
Okay, let's just use uh, common sense here. 2.9 after he catches the ball on average. That just means like he's probably had 1 catch for like where he got an extra 20 yards after the catch.
Yeah.
So that probably skewed it.
I mean, just drops.
He just goes down. It's so funny.
Okay, so name the guy that you don't think is a yak guy, but like,
Name a guy. Name.
what is like a Tyler Boyd? I feel like he's just a standard receiver.
Yeah, he's just wide receiver 3 on it.
Okay, let's see. Well, that's grades. I don't want grades.
It'd be funny to compare him to tight ends.
That's what he probably wouldn't win.
No, dude. 2.9 yards. That's 9 feet.
Tyler Boyd, 4.2,
So almost double, but still not.
like a yard more.
I mean, that's over the course of a season, like that is pretty substantial. That's like 100 yards.
Yeah, 5 player. Why can't I just get everybody
Check Parham. That's just a big tight end that
that
does
just
it.
ca that just catches touchdowns?
So it literally should have 0 yak.
Donald Parham Jr., 6'8", 237, behemoth, point 5. Wait, one more guy, one more guy, one more
Okay,
guy.
all right. We're gonna go. Hold on. Okay, Otten.
Jadon, the whitest tight end in the league. Jade Otten, 4.2.
All right, I gotta find.
That's 2 on point.
I'm gonna see if I can find a receiver that might be similar.
Um, who could it be? Who could it be? I feel like Chris Godwin doesn't do anything after the catch.
Yeah, he usually just because he's like
He's in the slot too.
yeah, and it's always
Well,
third down.
Lockett's not even in. Lockett's an outside guy.
I know.
A whole yard more at 3.9 for Chris Godwin. God, this is insane. I didn't even.
I I've been thinking about it. Not take by me for once.
I don't even think it's a hot take. I think it's a real take. But he's like 12 pounds. He looks so small out there.
Yeah, he is. He is small.
Okay, one more guy.
I know. I'm looking. I'm trying to find somebody that will have a shorter yak than him.
I don't know if you're finding it. 2.9 is nuts. There's got to be a way to get every player and search it by that, but I'm not sure how.
Yeah, man. I really don't even see anybody that Robert Woods maybe.
I mean, we can
Oh,
try.
Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram.
Oh my God.
He doesn't get
Well, he
any.
gets all the short passes.
I know.
Receiving, not even close. 5.3 blows him out the water.
Oh, maybe hold on. Yeah, he probably had a like a monster game.
He had one with 9, and well, he's had a few with 6, few with 7. This past week, he had 1.5
Yeah, his past couple weeks, I actually just got offered a trade for him because
for Lockett or Ingram. I
Ingram.
tried to trade him.
I got Lockett this past week.
Oh,
Just
that's right.
emergency trade. I was gonna.
So,
Yeah, I told you about that. Guyton was my,
yeah,
and then he was out.
this is funny. 3 weeks ago at Baltimore, he has 6 targets, 3 catches for 32 yards. Guess how many yak he had?
Is this Lockett?
Yeah,
Say the stat line one more time.
6 targets, 3 catches, 32 yards.
Oh, I'm gonna guess 3.
0. Week 1, he had 0 point he had 1 yard after catch on 2 it was 2 catches, okay. And then, another week, he had 4 catches for 38 yards against Arizona with 2 yards after the catch. This
And
past week, he was good. He had 22 yards after the catch, 5 for 51.
I just typed Lockett into the search bar. It said, and the one of the first things says Lockett avoiding hits.
No way. Well, that's because you just typed it.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, that was from my big brain.
Okay, so we
Oh my
got it.
god, the NFL is the one that posted it too.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
Dude, you're gonna like this one. Tommy sent us this.
Yeah, I loved it.
Calvin Ridley goes off when Zay Jones is in the lineup. How does that correlate? We don't know. But what is the stat line? Do you have it? You got your phone.
Yeah,
This is it. When Zay Jones has been out with a knee injury for week. Like Zay Jones has
majority of the
played
season.
3 games this year.
Yeah, he has played 3 games. Calvin Ridley, this is from Field Gates. Calvin Ridley in 3 games with Zay Jones this season. 8 catches, 101 with a tutty, 24 points. 7 catches, 122 yards, 20 points. 7 catches, 102 yards, 2 tutties, 31 points. In 7 games without Jones, Ridley has under 15 fantasy points, 1 total touchdown, and one game over 40 receiving yards. This takes the pressure off him, I guess.
I
Takes the
mean,
attention away. I mean,
Zay
Zay Jones is legit.
they're both outside guys.
Yeah, and
So,
Chris Kirk is really just this glorified slot guy that
yeah, so maybe he just, like, takes like, Zay Jones takes the top off and then leaves Calvin underneath
yeah,
on the crosser. I don't know.
yeah. I don't know, I'm not questioning it.
Zay Jones flies. I know that.
Yeah,
So, that's gotta be it. Something along the
I
lines of
mean,
that.
I'm hoping.
We played him in DFS, got that dubski. Joey always brags.
I
So
almost beat you too.
he always
Can't just
brags.
throw
So
me that.
here I am ready to brag in his face. Thank you for the money. Easy dubs, never a sweat. You're free, absolute walking 50 pot, you're dog water, you're all of it. All right. So Brees Hall and the Jets finally get in the end zone for the first time on offense in 41 drives. Zach Wilson to the bench. Tim Boyle, your new starter for the New York Jets. Breaking news as of the time of this podcast. By Tuesday, you'll have heard it everywhere. But here we are. Does it boost the likes of Garrett Wilson or anybody else in the offense, including Brees Hall?
No, I mean, we don't know what he's gonna do. He didn't look great last night. Um,
Did he play last night?
yeah,
He did,
yeah,
18.
yeah. Did you even watch the game?
Um, when did he play? The end?
Late, yeah, like 4th quarter.
I had to write a 10-page paper yesterday.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, I'm not doing that whole school thing. Um, yeah, no, he didn't. Like Garrett Wilson had 2 catches for like a yard and a fumble.
Yeah, on 8 targets. He just was pissed the whole game. Every time that I watched, he would be open running a route and not get the football, and he would just, like, throw his hand. Like,
Yeah, no, he could be wide receiver 1 if he had a
he's so good.
legitimate quarterback.
Like, he's
He's
nasty.
got great hands too.
Yeah, and he can make people miss.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you do about those guys over on that team.
I like
I
Garrett
think
Wilson.
I mean, you gotta keep playing yeah, yeah, I mean, you gotta keep playing them just volume-wise.
I like Brees Hall.
Yeah, once again, you gotta keep playing them, but it's just
Dude,
it's never gonna be a fun watch
they
because you're just gonna be stressed out the
yeah,
entire time.
they might legit have been a Super Bowl contending team with
I've bet
Rodgers.
them to win the Super Bowl before the season started. They were my team, and I stand by it. The fact that they're still close to 500 with that defense,
You're such a bandwagon.
no, just betting the team that I think is gonna win the Super Bowl. I didn't bet the
Bandwagon.
Chiefs.
And standard. Oh, saved you.
Earthquake.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, Brees Hall did all his damage in fantasy through receptions, couldn't run the ball. That's a tough defensive front for Buffalo. And the thing is, like, it's not a good secondary in Buffalo, and they still couldn't do anything.
Well, and if you can't pass, you can't really run.
Yeah.
So
James Cook also on the other side of that, 17 carries for 73 yards, got a receiving touchdown. We talked about that a little bit. Good to see it with the new OC.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it showed. I mean, what we were talking, you can't really run the ball less with James Cook than they have been.
Yeah.
Like 7 carries is kind of ridiculous for a guy averaging five yards a carry.
Yeah.
So especially watching him run, like he's kind of undersized and he is always falling forward.
Yep.
And like they always put Latavius Murray in those
He's
goal line
slippery.
situations, but like James Cook is elusive and powerful running.
He has a very slippery feel to where, like, he's falling forward, not because he's running somebody over, because he's able to, like, slither
Kind of,
through the
yeah. He
tackles
doesn't run
still.
like straight into their chest.
Yeah,
You know
but
who he kind of looks like to me is Pacheco.
a little bit,
Just
yeah.
undersized, but still ability to break tackles and explosive plays and falling forward.
Yeah. He's a slithery dude. Leading yeah, one of the
Better than
high
his brother right now, that's for
well,
sure.
not it it's not even a comparison right now, but
No.
Dalvin was a
Yeah,
monster.
yeah.
I mean, Dalvin's old now, you just called Leonard Fournette old, they're probably the same age.
No, Dalvin's younger.
Okay, is he?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
Dalvin's still pretty young.
What?
I bet he's like 26, 27,
No. Dalvin Cook, 28? Leonard Fournette's 30?
47.
They're both 28.
Oh.
Leonard Fournette looks like he's 100
Yeah. I just well, and also we've heard about him since his freshman year at LSU. So
at high school when he was, like, the highest rated running back recruit ever. Yeah.
I like
I
when those guys pan out.
they don't usually don't miss that bad on those guys.
I just saw the 2016 quarterback high school rankings, and there's like one guy that we know on there. It's wild.
That's tough.
So
Kyle McCord was a 4-star. Terrible. Okay. So I'm going to rapid fire off some interesting stats really quick, and then we're going to go into the waiver wire. Sound good? Okay. Interesting stats. ETN down to under 75% percentage of snaps this week. Something to monitor. But I think Joey hit on it earlier. I think it's a workload thing because they have a really good record. They won that game with ease. They were up the whole time. And I don't think it's a panic mode, especially when it comes down to playoff time for the fantasy season.
yeah, whenever I was watching that first half, ETN still dominated the backfield, and they started to kind of pull away, and you could see the writing on the wall,
Definitely.
even though it wasn't a complete blowout by
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
They started mixing in Tank Bigsby and who's the other guy? He looked really
Ernest
good.
Johnson has played
Yeah,
more than Tank Bigsby.
yeah, he
Yeah.
looked good.
Yeah, he did. Back up over
Um,
in
but yeah, I
Cleveland.
mean, what's the point of like the coaches aren't thinking about fantasy managers, unfortunately.
No, it's take care of your team.
Take care of your team, be ready to go for playoffs.
Right.
So yeah, I mean,
It's frustrating as a fantasy manager, but
absolutely,
yeah,
but you gotta do what you gotta do.
I don't think it's panic mode. He's been too good.
No, no, no. He's my one of my buy now guys.
Yeah, that's if your fantasy is still allowing trades. We'll get in on it. We'll get in on it. Tyreek Hill missed a little bit of time or missed significant time in the game with a hand injury, but still had a monster performance. Over 1,200 yards on the season already. Monitor it, but he is still Tyreek Hill. He came back in the game anyways. Should be good to go.
Yeah, I think out of everybody in fantasy football, he's probably my one no sell.
He can't.
Like
He's
it's
too good.
just
He's the best player in
unless
fantasy
somebody's
football.
giving you two starting running backs and two starting wide receivers, and your team is 500,
But he does so much at one roster
he's
spot.
just so good.
Yep. Waddle still did nothing. Very frustrating for me as a Waddle manager. He just cannot break a big one. And Chain goes back down with an injury, leaving Mostert to be RB1 again.
Also, one of my buy now guys. 20 carries, 75 yards, no touchdowns. That's why his point total is a little bit low.
Yeah, he had a good day.
So I think now is a
Tw-
good time to go get him if you still can trade.
22 carries for 86 yards. And highest percentage of offensive snaps on the season.
That's kind of surprising.
Yep.
So maybe they just when HN came back, they reverted somebody back to the practice squad and
Maybe
had
Jeff Wilson because Ahmed played. I don't think Jeff Wilson healthy, inactive for the game. So Wilson will come back in. Yeah.
look at
So that
me.
makes sense.
I'm using my big brain today.
Dude, you're the smartest
I'm a
from
genius.
Dublin. Uh, Josh Jacobs didn't do a whole lot, but
And
got involved. They got Devontae involved, like you mentioned.
you're
Good to
just
see.
mentioning my three straight buy lows right now in a row.
Oh, oh no.
Yeah,
Sneak peek. Stay tuned until then. Why would you tell him? We got to hold him.
you keep talking about 'em. I can't
Mm,
help myself.
I'm just that good. Saquon has a monster 30-point performance. Used more as a receiver this week. I don't know if I buy that offense, but great to see he is healthy and very, very good. So Tommy DeVito threw 3 touchdown passes, but got sacked 9 times, and I think he threw a couple picks. I don't know. Uh, Brandon Ayuk, monster game, 5 for 156 and a tutty. Kittle, 8 for 89 and a tutty. Joey's tight end 1B on the rest of the season. He has looked really good the past few weeks. And that about sums it up. Yeah, monitor Cooper Cup's health as well,
Yeah,
actually. Low ankle injury just came out. Should be, I mean,
hopefully one only. Oh,
maybe not even.
yeah, hopefully he doesn't miss any time, but hopefully only 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Back for playoffs.
yeah. So Austin Trammell was the beneficiary there,
I think that's a short term thing. He's not the. I don't. If
and playtime beneficiary.
yeah, well, we'll save it for the waiver wire pickups.
Good point.
Come
Ty
on.
Chandler looked good, but so did Madison. They finally ran the ball. Little worrisome. Actually, okay, we'll touch on this. This is the last big touch on point because I am slightly worried as a Jay Jettas owner that the offense is evolving to a little more run heavy without Kirk Cousins at the helm and Josh Dobbs running the way because they finally ran the ball efficiently in Minnesota for the first time really all year and could be and they weren't even up in the game. So it wasn't a game script thing. And Jordan Addison with 3 catches, you saw how good he was when Kirk was there, and now just
But
almost irrelevant.
but you gotta think, and they mentioned it on the broadcast. Broncos are just atrocious at stopping the run at this point. So I think the broadcaster legitimately said, I think they're just trying to get in on the fun of
Yeah.
that defensive line or lack thereof.
Okay.
So
I hope so.
I could see it as a fluke, but Josh Dobbs runs the ball well. He's not Kyler by any means, but he's getting you 25 rushing yards a game.
He leads the Minnesota Vikings. He's been there for 20 days. He leads the Minnesota Vikings in rushing touchdowns.
Wow. Okay.
3. 3 rushing touchdown leads the that's what I was saying. So that's what worries me a little bit. I'm not worried about does Jay Jettis was dropping 20 without touchdowns earlier in the year. I don't know if Dobbs is going to sling the rock like that the way Kirk did.
Yeah, no, I don't think he does. And
I think it hurts him.
yeah, oh yeah, no, I don't think Jefferson is gonna be the guy that you hope he is when he comes back, but
Yeah,
he's still gonna be obviously a must start,
right.
must play,
Too talented
wide
for
receiver
sure.
one still, but I don't think he's gonna be that wide receiver 1, 2 overall.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I agree.
top 10 still.
Yeah, no, top
Just
5
just from
probably.
yeah, just from volume sake, but he's not gonna be better than Tyreek or
I just hope they don't change the offense. That's all.
I don't think they will. I
Yeah,
think it's
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, we will see, but you heard it here first, potentially. On to the next segment. We have waiver wire pickups for week 12, brought to you by nothing. So sad. All right, Joey, give me yours.
Number 1, without a doubt, Tutu Atwell. Um,
Without a doubt.
without a doubt. He was a top 20 wide receiver when Cooper Cup wasn't playing at the beginning of the year. First game he had 11 points. Next 3 he had 15 or above with only 1 touchdown. So he's getting a ton of targets, a ton of production, just a ton of yards. So given that we're not sure how long Cooper Cup's out for, especially if you have Cooper Cup, um, he's my number 1 target for waiver wires this week.
I have a different number one.
Shocker.
I mean, I think this one's super fair. We've talked about him before. You guys clearly didn't listen to us enough because otherwise you would be in the best scenario possible. You'd be clapping your hands even though you shouldn't when an injury occurs because Kenneth Walker went down with a hip injury,
Oblique.
oblique injury, correct. And Zach Charbonnet is still under 50% rostered at 32.4 on ESPN. RB1 in Seattle, 15 carries, 47 yards, not efficient running the football, but here's where he makes the money. 6 catches, not efficient there for 22 yards, but he was the third down guy out snapping Walker and negative game scripts to begin with and the 2-minute drill, and now he's taking over rushing duties. I mean, that's RB1
Uh,
volume.
yeah, RB1 volume, RB2 production.
Yeah, so hopefully he became more efficient.
Definitely a must start going forward.
100%. You saw how
If
valuable.
Kenneth Walker remains
Right,
out,
obviously, if Kenneth Walker's out, but he's my number 1 waiver wire pickup. I think he misses a week, oblique. Um,
bleaks are tough.
yeah, CMC didn't miss any time this year with it, but
I think obviously we're not PTs or doctors, but I think it depends on the severity.
for sure,
Soft tissue injuries, like we talked about, are either tough or small. You never really know.
won't be a long-term thing, but still, like we said the
Okay,
last
we
couple
don't know.
weeks, I don't think it's a long I mean, you saw
No, I know. I'm just saying.
CMC left that game
Yeah,
and came back.
but there are potential different.
I understand, but usually obliques are not a long-term thing as a running back. It's not like a high ankle sprain or a
Yeah, no,
hamstring.
I'm not saying that.
That's what I'm saying.
No. Okay,
Just ruined my clip.
good.
Yeah, but if you didn't listen the past couple weeks, you have one last chance before this roster ship skyrockets, and he is no longer waiver wire pickup eligible for the matters. Under 50% only, he will definitely fly over that after this week. Go ahead, Joey. What do you got? Number 2.
Number 2, we got. So this is a 1 week only pickup. This is if you're short at wide receiver like me. Um, this guy only shows up for primetime games. And fortunately for you guys, he has a primetime game next week, next Sunday. Sunday night, OBJ um, only shows up for the big games.
I like it.
So obviously, if his shoulder, collarbone, whatever is wrong with him, ends up being okay and he plays, definitely one of those guys to go get, especially with Mark Andrews out.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely helps. Um, Mark Andrews being out, he played really about half the snaps for Baltimore. but, they run the ball half the time, so he could have been in majority on passing plays, and you saw he got most of the targets on the team last week.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure about this. I'd have to check, but I believe they're still kind of inching him back from that ACL, that second ACL injury, because they were mentioning how that past week was starting to be like he was actually starting to feel fresh and feel good about his knee.
Yeah, he looked better. I mean, the last couple of weeks, you saw him make a couple big plays back-to-back weeks, so
Yeah,
hopefully, I mean, he's a talented
yeah,
dude.
but yeah, just be careful if it's not a primetime game, especially like a 1 o'clock game in a sleeper matchup. Like, don't expect him to show up. No, seriously. Like, look at the stats.
I
It's ridiculous.
I have full faith in you. My mic's falling. I have faith in that. I like Odell. I
I
think
like Odell in primetime games.
yeah, there you go. They're in a primetime game. Odell from Joey Murray. You heard it there. I'm gonna stick in Baltimore. Mark Andrews goes down. You know who it is? Isaiah Likely, receiving machine.
Yeah, not bad.
It's all he does.
Especially
Can't
with how
block.
the tight ends are working this year, or lack thereof.
I love the little tight end pickup.
Yeah, I mean everybody needs one unless you got the top 3 guys right now,
That's what I'm saying. Isaiah Likely going to dominate the routes run at the tight end position for Baltimore. Lamar throws to the tight end. It's plain and
because you
simple.
can't throw it to anybody else.
Yeah, he can. So Isaiah Likely is going to be there to catch it. He's a good player. Don't He's not Mark Andrews, but he is a good player. Isaiah Likely can run routes. He can catch the football. He's more known as a receiver than he is a blocker at the tight end position. Anyways, go scoop him up if you're in need still. I mean, I Mark Andrews is out the rest of the season. Could be a guy that you can use throughout the rest of the playoffs as well. That's what I got. I have one more, but hit me with whatever you think.
Yeah, I got um potentially 2. Uh I'm not completely sure, but these 2 guys have an early connection with a new starting quarterback of the team. For the Browns, Elijah Moore,
Yeah, I like
6
it.
catches, 7 targets, 60 yards, 12 PPR points
I
with a
like
new
it.
quarterback. Gets a very tough Pittsburgh defense. It's one of those guys, like I was telling Josh, when it comes to new quarterbacks, I look at who they're targeting the most, who they have that more comfortable connection with.
Hmm.
So guys like Elijah Moore, only 36% rostered on 7 targets against a great defense. Secondly, Greg Dortch, 6 catches on 8 targets for 76 yards. With Kyler, Marquise Brown's not doing a whole lot. Obviously, that has a bigger chance to change with Marquise Brown. But yeah, I think if you have room on your roster, these are 2 guys that you pick up, just see what happens and stash it for playoffs.
Yeah, I like it for sure. I especially like Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore rostered in 36.3% of ESPN leagues. I do like that pickup.
Greg Dortch, 0.1% rostered.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm not. You should not have him right now.
yeah. I don't think he's done anything because I like Michael Wilson too. I wonder what he did.
Greg Dortch is averaging 1.5 points per game after putting up 13.6 last game.
Where was Michael Wilson this week? Because I like him as a player. He's pretty
I
good.
don't think he did much.
No, he didn't.
Nobody really did much for that offense.
Yeah. I mean, Kyler had a good day, threw the pick, but got in on the end zone, on the legs, through the air. What you expect, and why he's a good fantasy quarterback. So, are you good on those? Can I get my last one in here real quick?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
one more quick one. Jaden Reed.
Are you kidding me?
Was that yours?
Yeah.
All right, you can have it. I don't have much for it, but obviously, just look at the numbers. Production look
Yeah,
looks
he's a
good.
talented dude. He keeps making plays. So Jaden Reed, 18.5% ownership, more than 80 yards in 3 of the past 4 games. Seems to be him and Dobbs are definitely the best receivers on that group. Dobbs is also a potential waiver wire pickup as well. I think Jaden Reed's the even better player. Watson's a dud, and they have starting to show that they're going to get the ball in Jaden Reed's hand instead of his.
There were real quick. There was somebody. Sorry, I definitely totally cut you off again. Um, there was somebody in our group that was absolutely huge on Christian Watson. This coming into
Me,
this. Yes. Oh, it was you.
but I thought he was going to play this role, but he's been hurt and hasn't played this role.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Like, this is the guy getting rushes now when Christian Watson was the one getting the outside
yeah.
stuff before.
So I just wanted to call attention to that.
That's all right. You were interrupting me again, or
Yes, I was.
okay?
I was.
So Jaden Reed leading the Packers in receiving this season. 463 yards, nothing to really go crazy about, but
A third of
Tyreek Hills,
Tyreek Hills.
yeah, insane. He is the starting slot receiver. but starting to play outside depending on the personnel. Um, starting, like I said, running the ball now, and now Aaron Jones, and they had another guy running back go down with injury as well. So top two running backs because this guy jumped AJ Dillon because AJ Dillon stinks.
He does stink this year.
Yeah. So no, the second guy got hurt
I don't
now.
even know who that is.
I can't remember his name.
Don't pick him up.
No, AJ Dillon's just not. Um, I mean, if he is the only guy remaining, then
We
maybe because of volume, and volume's king.
but they
But
just don't score.
regarding Jaden Reed and the possible Romeo Dobbs pickup, the Packers have a top three schedule for the rest of the season for wide
Mhm.
receivers. So good pickup there. I want to give a couple honorable mentions. I'm not going to talk about Demario Douglas is still available in most leagues. Josh Downs is under 50%. Yeah, I know because he's been hurt. Uh,
Who cares?
I know, I know. Noah
Like,
Brown is still under 50%. Jameson. Oh well, we'll get to Jameson Williams. Yeah, and that's all I got.
you want me to do my buy lows real quick?
You gonna put the
You
mic?
want me to do my buy lows real quick?
Yeah, but I let's introduce the segment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's all we have for waiver wire pickups for week 12. That should get the job done. We are going to go over a few more things that you can do to set yourself up for fantasy playoffs and to win that championship, which we all want to brag about. So, Joey's going to hit us off with the buy lows. He's going to take care of this whole segment. I'm just going to throw my interruptions in on his face now. And because I didn't have any, because I didn't realize team or leagues were still doing them, but his are. So, he's
Yeah,
going to lead the way,
I didn't either. One of my leagues just ended it, but
and one didn't.
yep.
Okay, for you guys that have not ended it and run it late, here you go.
Number one, Josh Jacobs. I just think and I've discussed it before. Antonio Pierce. Just love his
Mhm.
mentality of get the ball in your best playmaker's hands. And he specifically said we're going to get the ball into 8 and 17's hands. So 8 obviously being Josh Jacobs. Um, Great week to buy low. 14 rushes for 39 yards against Dolphins. Um, he's running back 5 on the year. Um, Averaging 14 points. So definitely see this. If you really need a running back, you might have to pay a little bit for him just because of his overall production on the year.
His name.
And big name, yeah. Number two, Raheem Mostert
Yeah.
put up 10 points. He's only projected 11.4 points this week with
Well,
Achan coming
yes,
back.
that's why.
Achan going down early again. Mostert finishing with 22 rushes for 86 yards,
Mhm.
just no touchdowns. So he only had 10 points on the day. I'm assuming I don't have the catches, but looks like one catch for 10 yards. Um,
I have one thing. I'm gonna ask you this for the people. If Achane is healthy and go, is Mostert still a buy for you?
no,
Okay.
but he's still a play for sure.
Right, but would you is he
I wouldn't go
considered
out of my way to go get him.
okay, there you go.
So
So
yeah, it depends on the severity of Achan's
yeah,
injury, but just kind of a weird situation for Achan. Rookie went on IR, missed 5 weeks, 5 6 weeks.
yeah, at least
Then
5.
5 weeks.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
Back again with the knee. I don't know if it's the same
Same knee.
knee.
I think it is.
Yeah, so it
But
makes
I was just
sense.
wondering.
Yeah.
I wanted to clarify it for all you viewers that we love and care about so much.
And my third and final, he had a great week. That touchdown pass, Joe Mixon.
He did have a
Obviously,
great
Joe
week.
Burrow's out for the year, so even though he's coming off of a great production week,
Yeah.
he still might buy low. Uh, I think Browning's going to be all right. He runs the ball well, so that running quarterbacks just open it up. He's a guy that's got a lot to prove. He's going to have a short leash, so he's not going to be trying to save his body. He's just going to go out and try to ball out best he can. Um, so I think Joe Mixon, he's going to hang right around that RB1, RB2 kind of threshold. Um, and maybe somebody's going to be panicking on their team and maybe sell him for a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, I wonder because they're a pretty pass heavy offense. They haven't run the ball well at all this year.
Or in years past, really. Joe Mixon really hasn't been a production guy. He's been a touchdown guy.
Never efficiently,
Yeah,
but he's had
his
volume in the
volume's insane.
past.
Which
Not this year though. I don't think.
I mean, still at least RB2 volume.
No, right. But let me pull this up. I want to prove it into your point because
Oh,
I
okay.
also like him. That's the wrong Ohio team. I was on Cleveland. So one game over 20 carries all year. He had 16 with 5 catches, the highest catch total for the whole season, and got in the end zone through the air. So this is what I wanna say, though. I think without Joe Burrow, that they may turn to lean on Joe Mixon a little more. I think the volume usually a 20 plus carry guy in
Yep.
the past, which is why I had liked him the past few years.
Yeah. Hopefully those touches turn to reception or targets instead of handoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
Get him
either
in
way,
space.
yeah, because 'cause they're probably gonna be down with Jake Browning. But I think that
And just to get the receiving game going, it's like
yeah,
it's gonna be tough for him. So just kind of slip him out.
yeah, I like it. I like Joe Mixon. I don't think he's worth a whole I mean, he's actually had a pretty good last little 4-week stretch here. Scored a touchdown every game the last 4 weeks. Oh, he's turned into RB9 on the year.
Yep.
This is pre-Monday night, so Swift hasn't played, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, he's been great or good,
Yeah.
especially the last 4 weeks. Yeah, I think that I like it. I like it. Yeah, take advantage of them not having Joe Burrow sell that. You got any else sell highs?
Nope. That's it.
No sell highs?
Nope.
Not a single sell high. Not the one you mentioned to me earlier?
What did I mention earlier?
DeAndre Hopkins like 16
Oh
times?
yeah. Yeah. DeAndre Hopkins. um,
Wait. So this guy walks in here and goes, "I got my buy lows and sell highs ready. I think we're selling high DeAndre Hopkins." First thing he tells me.
I also told you last night.
Yeah. No, no more.
So let me.
Oh, that's good.
Let me pull this up real quick. Uh, all right, DeAndre Hopkins. That Tennessee offense is just horrible right now.
Yep.
Will Levis not looking like the guy that came into the middle of the game 2 weeks ago.
Right.
DeAndre Hopkins, rough week last week. I think he had 2 catches on like 8 targets, 8, 9 targets. This past week, his line was 4 catches on 5 targets, 59 yards, and a touchdown. One thing that really concerns me is how that touchdown came about. It's kind of a weird play, bit of a broken play. DeAndre Hopkins was open. Will Levis just launched it downfield, ended
Mhm.
up getting a touchdown pass. It was a 43-yard gain. Aside from that one play, though, um, he would have had 3 catches for 13 yards, and that's it. Also, the Titans only put up 14 points against the Jags defense that gave up 45 the previous week. Um,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Was it
so
45 against San Fran?
it was a lot.
It was a lot.
Um, so yeah, I think now is the perfect time to get rid of DeAndre Hopkins,
Yeah,
given how Will Levis is going. Ryan Tannehill just asked for his release. Yeah.
good for him.
So maybe the savior Malik Willis
Oh, yeah? Dude,
could.
he was so afraid to throw the football the last time he played, he just wouldn't.
No,
Like,
he's just
genuinely
he's just
afraid.
really bad
Yeah.
at playing quarterback. It's I'm not even trying to beat the guy while he's down. Like, he's just not an NFL quarterback.
No,
I'm a little surprised he's still on the roster.
they're paying him.
I know, but still, like, there's better options out there. He was a third rounder,
Yet second.
second. Remember when people thought he was going to go first round? You did.
I wanted the Steelers to take him.
Well, you got about the same thing in Kenny
Yeah, they
Pickett.
both stink. They are both terrible. What a waste. I like it. Yeah, get rid of D-Hop. Any others? I have a question.
What's your question?
I asked you it before too, but I want the people to know. Saquon on that terrible offense, are you buying the offense or would you sell high on Saquon? 30 points this past week PPR. Great day.
It's tough. I would lean more towards sell Saquon at this point, but Tommy DeVito looked more comfortable.
Yeah.
He's got a chain that just says TD on it.
Kind of
He's got the swag
it
going
goes
right
hard.
now.
Wow, he lives at his mother's. There's not that much swag.
Dude, you just moved out of your parents' house.
No, I didn't. I lived with my girlfriend.
You had a toothbrush there.
I did. And my charger. Wherever your phone charger is. Not even a toothbrush anymore.
Yeah.
I still have clothes in my parents.
But yeah, I do too. I live in an apartment,
Yeah.
so I don't have that much storage. But no, I wouldn't. I haven't looked at the Giants matchups coming up, but uh, obviously they played Dallas, and Dallas just kind of wrecks everybody that they play on defense.
Yeah.
So
You knew that was happening.
they're playing Washington. Washington hasn't done anything since like week 2 on defense.
Right. And they got rid of Chase Young and Montez Sweat, I believe. They got rid of both, didn't they?
I didn't hear about Montez Sweat, but oh
Did they not?
yeah,
They
didn't he go to
did, didn't they?
is it the Eagles?
No.
No,
Where did Montez Sweat go?
I don't know.
Let me look. Internet. Montez Sweat, Chicago. I was gonna guess the Bears, but I'm like, why would the Bears make a
Yeah.
trade? You know,
Yeah.
like,
I would've made fun of you.
but that's what I had thought. Yeah, he was good. He had his first sack this weekend with them. Fast dude. That was his thing coming out of the combine. He ran like a 4.4 at like, let's see, what is he? 6'6", 260.
Yeah,
Running a 4.4. Easy.
could do that.
Yeah, light work. Freak athlete. Yeah. So where are you at with that? What's the final take? I totally
I don't really have one either way. I'd say 55, 60-40 sell,
okay.
not buying, I guess.
You were offered Tony Pollard, and let's go with like a Chris Godwin for Saquon.
I don't like Chris Godwin that I think the Bucks offense is just so garbage.
Okay, but a wide receiver, low two, high three, like a Godwin.
I think I
Is
think
it
if I'm
worth it?
fighting for a playoff spot, yeah. Um, if not, if I'm in a comfortable position, I'm like decently deep at running back and wide receiver.
Yeah,
I think I'd just keep him.
just hold him.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
just
so
that vol.
talented.
Yeah, and the volume's just so insane, and
That's actually true.
I'd have to check their matchups. Like if they're
That's
playing
actually what I
Dallas
was
in the
thinking. Okay.
playoffs, I'd probably sell.
So coming up, here's the other thing. Actually, super important piece. They have a buy still. If you are pushing for a playoff, I think it's a sell
Yeah,
because
yeah.
then it's not worth risk. Like,
Okay, let me ask you this: is anybody on the Bills a must sell then too? Because their buy is in 2 weeks
no, but I think in this,
in this situation. Okay,
yeah, yeah. Well, also they could be if like if you have to make a push, like if you're
if you're on the
on,
outside looking in,
yes,
then sell. If
because
you're on the inside looking out,
you can't lose to bye week. You can't let yourself lose to bye weeks at that point.
yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah,
I think if you got a six man team or six teams making the playoffs out of 10, and you're 7 or 8, then you're kind of close. I think it's a must sell.
yeah. I mean, PSA, if you have bye weeks left and you haven't checked them and you have an ability to trade them off to get guys who can play for those bye weeks and you're pushing for a playoff spot, get it done. Don't let yourself lose a playoff chance and yourself have a run at the title just because you didn't look at the buys, you know?
Yeah, that's a good clip for TikTok. Absolutely.
That's why I looked at
Yeah,
it.
I know. I
Yeah,
was like, he's locked.
dialed in. We got you covered. All the social media sites, crossover athlete insights. It's one S at the end.
I haven't looked at the camera once. I don't think.
That's right, but you're pretty close
I'm just saying
anyways.
from a content standpoint,
Yeah, it's not too bad
I
though.
haven't I haven't put up anything.
My editing skills can 3D tilt it. I'm nasty now. You'll see next year. Okay. I think that's it. That's all I had. So, uh, yeah, that's it.
We got the lines, which
Oh,
I haven't taken a peek at still, but I just need you to read them slower.
I got you. We'll have a
I
little
did
more
well
time.
again this past week.
Did you keep track,
We had different ones. I because like when we do it here, I just do it off the dome.
Joseph? The
And
people need to know.
well,
We're
my
really
purse.
slacking on the running total.
I'll check my
The
purse.
first weekend was crazy. I
Second
had
week,
it
second week I went 7-3-1.
in the first week. You lost two, but that was you pushed one and lost two with two asterisks. The two losses.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at gambling.
If only it showed in your real account.
It does. I'm moving up. Moving up. We started slow to the year for sure.
Okay, we are going to move on from the fantasy football side of things onto everybody's favorite section. We're here to make you all the money on the gambling side to feed your addiction. Joey Murray's every Sunday game, well, and Monday and Thursday. Okay. Every NFL Week 12 game betting spreads. We have it here first. Saturday, we will hit you with some player props. We'll get into that. But for now, it's only spreads. And like we say it every week, get in on the spreads early. That is where the money is made before all the sharps get in, or while all the sharps are getting in, and Vegas is continuing to adjust their lines. You want to get in when they have a misprint. Are you ready?
Ready.
Love it.
Read a little slower, remember.
I got you.
All right.
Yeah. All right. I think you had the Chiefs for tonight.
Yep. Got
You
the
did.
Chiefs. I'm sticking with them.
Yeah, I'd agree. Okay, Thursday night game. Actually, pretty decent game. Oh, because it's Thanksgiving.
We got Friday
What a go
games. Do we have Friday games
No,
too?
no, no, multiple 3 Thursday games. I know. I love Thanksgiving football. Oh, I clicked on 'em. It's actually one of my favorite things, like, sitting there, being full and fat as can be, and just watching football.
Well, and last year we had the Vikings comeback. You remember that? The biggest comeback in NFL history?
Was it?
Yeah, it
Was it
was
on a
halftime. It was like 30-3, and they
and it
came back and won. I think it was against Dallas.
really? That's
Yeah,
even better.
it might not have been against Dallas, but I know it was the
One of
Vikings.
those. Yeah, so they play on Thursday, but
I
they're
think it
the
was the
second game.
Lions, actually.
It was probably I think it was the
They
Lions.
always play on Thanksgiving.
That's their thing,
So
them and the
they don't
Cowboys.
have much else.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
this year,
literally
this year,
that's literally that's literally Detroit's thing, is,
oh,
like, they play on Thanksgiving. That's what
that's
they're known for.
is it?
Yep. That's the on
That's what Detroit's known for.
that's the only thing. They aren't the Motor City. Alright. So, Green Bay Packers in Detroit, because it's what they're known for. They are the home team, minus 7.5.
Oh my. Oh, that's tough.
Well, remember now, top 2 running backs out for Green Bay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you still gotta go Lions. I think that offense is just gonna be too good. They're a solid defense.
I just hate the 7 I hate the half point over,
Yeah.
like, over the touchdown. Like, I won it either at 7 or 6.5,
Yeah,
and I
because
feel
because basically you're hoping first half Lions put up
so
21 and it's 21-3 and they just coast.
there's a little more juice towards the plus 7.5. It's minus 112. So they're saying that's slightly more likely, but, I think the same
I think
way. I'd
I
be the
think
Lions.
I'm gonna regret it. It's but Lions.
Yeah, yeah. We'll have these picks ready for you or all figured out by Saturday too. That'll be fun. All right. We'll have a lot to go over Saturday's podcast. The next game, 4:30, Cowboy or Commanders at Cowboys. Cowboys minus 11.
I think you gotta take the Cowboys again.
Yeah,
Like
they're so good. Well, they're not
I
so
just
good.
don't think I don't think that Washington offense is gonna be able to do anything against the Dallas defense, and
hmm
the Dallas offense is rolling. I think CeeDee Lamb goes nutty again.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just such a mismatch. Cowboys with one of the best D lines compared to the worst O line in Washington.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you have Dallas defense, like, prepare for some good stuff happening for
Dude,
you.
I have them in 4 leagues. I played them in 3 leagues this week.
Yeah.
How does that happen? Unbelievable. Dropped 23 on my dome.
Yeah, I played him this week too.
Did you?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and it all happened in the 4th quarter.
yes.
I'm facing my buddy, and I was like, "Dude, like, they had 8 points 3 minutes ago, now they have 23."
Deron Bland
So pissed.
changing games. Better than Trayvon Diggs. Oh, interesting one here. So all of these are touchdown or more spreads.
Hate that.
That's a big line in the NFL. But we're getting to that point in the season. So Niners at Seahawks. Seahawks plus 7.
Seahawks.
Take the touchdown.
Yeah.
Geno Smith with a right elbow injury came back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, if he's out, I'm obviously gonna take the Niners,
Yeah. Well, that'll
-7
change.
if they have
So
Drew Lock playing.
as of now, Geno Smith is playing.
Yeah. If Geno Smith plays,
Plus 7 Seahawks. The Niners are, dare I say, on a heater.
the Seahawks defense is legit.
Tariq Woolen, Devin Witherspoon,
Dude, they're good.
Quandre Diggs, Bobby Wagner running the middle still. I like it. I also really like the Niners, but they're on the road, so I think I'd go home dogs by the touchdown. All right. Oh, we do have a Friday game. Your boy, Tim Boyle. Dolphins versus Jets
Oh
in New
gosh.
York.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, in New York. Alright.
Yeah. Plus 9.5. Another.
Oh, Dolphins.
Take it.
Yeah.
But
I
that's a
was expecting, like, 13.5.
really.
Yeah.
But the Dolphins aren't good against good teams.
They're not a good team that's good defense.
That's
They're gonna
fair.
have the ball a lot.
That's fair. Dolphins
If
defense is
Tyreek doesn't
known.
play, then that changes the situation.
I think that line is showing Tyreek is playing. I
Yeah.
would assume. I think so. I had heard something at the beginning of the year that Vegas takes into account Tyreek as the most like he has the most value for a team out of any player.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I give
Be-
it, like, 4 points.
I think he's 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty close. Yeah, they literally like if Tyreek because he changes the game. You saw it on his
Yeah.
touchdown. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know if you saw it, but
I
on it,
actually didn't watch that game.
okay. So I watch Red Zone, so I see all the touchdowns.
I
It
mean,
was
I just watch like, I pick, like, 4 games at a time and just watch all of them.
right. You do the really? I love
Sid
Red
thinks
Zone.
I'm a psychopath.
No, I mean I don't
I
mind
love
that
it
play.
because I don't I there's no time in between plays. I hate commercials. I'll just
That's why Red
switch my
Zone's great.
focus. Yeah, but I like to see how everybody's actually moving the
Setting
ball.
up.
Yeah, I don't wanna see the red zone stuff. I wanna see what players are making plays, like, throughout the entire drive
That's
and
fair.
see how the volume stacks up.
Scott Hanson's just the man.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like red zone.
Yeah.
It's just not my favorite thing,
Yeah.
especially if we're doing this. I
But
wanna know what
all of it.
everything.
Yeah, so Tyreek literally just takes like a mini post, like a shorter post, like he flattened it out. Could have even been a crosser. And just like as soon as he gets the ball, like there are three guys. And but as soon as the ball hits his hands, like it's turbo,
Yeah, it's insane.
gone. Like nobody's close.
Yeah. Well, and on, Jason Travis Kelce's podcast, they talked about what it's like, you know,
Trying to like
being no, like, being on the field with him and just, like, Travis, like, he was laughing about he was just like, all of a sudden, just feels like a like, gust of wind go by him. He's just like, "What was that?"
oh, that's
And
Tyreek.
he's just gone. It's just like,
No, it's insane.
so
It
crazy.
actually mesmerizes me every time.
I just love when he just completely when he has the ball and he just completely stops moving
Hmm.
on a football field and still, like, just like, "Oh, now I'm gonna go this way now."
Yeah. You know who used to do that? It's all the Buckeye references because I've just been a fan for so
We're in
long.
Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah. Braxton Miller used to be nasty at that too. Like, he would just stutter and
Well, and I think the reason it works is not because they're so much faster, but because they're scared
yeah,
and like they know that they could
they
just
can
get
just get broken.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right, so what was your pick? Seahawks or Dolphins, Jets? Dolphins minus 9.5?
Yeah.
Got it. Tyreek, the most valuable guy in the NFL. All right, Steelers at Bengals. Bengals plus 1.
I'm taking the Steelers -1.
Yeah, it's practically a pick 'em. I would do that as well. Better
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Jake Browning after his first week of first starter reps, like we could see him ball out just
Mhm.
because the Steelers aren't really gonna know what's going on.
Yeah,
Um, so if
I
you
don't know.
no, I mean, yeah, I think
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, it could,
yeah,
but
no,
I doubt it.
I'm just saying, like, we saw that with, like, Mike White, like, in last year.
Yeah.
Like, he just all of a sudden just plays Zach Wilson, he throws for 450.
He was the NCAA leader in passing yards for 2 years.
Yeah, he's a dog.
I know.
Yeah, he came in for, the Dolphins, and just threw a
It was
70-yard touchdown
yeah,
pass.
the Robbie Chosen, not Anderson anymore. Okay, yeah, Steelers -1 there. Jaguars, Texans, Texans +1. Wow, that's gonna be a good game.
Texans +1?
Yeah, at home.
Texans.
Jags are a good team.
Texans, roll with them.
Okay,
Texans are so good right now.
ride the hot hand. CJ Stroud, 3 picks. He's a gunslinger.
Gunslinger.
That's what he said. He said, "Does Steph Curry ever stop shooting?" Did you see that quote?
No, I love his interviews now.
They asked him, they're like, "You threw 3 picks, that's more than you had all season. You gonna be a little, like, gonna hold the ball a little bit or, like, are you gonna change the way you do stuff?"
That'd be an absolute horrible thing to
"Yeah,
do.
terrible." And he goes, "Does Steph Curry stop shooting? Nah, I'm gonna keep throwing."
Good.
Like,
Yeah, yeah, that'd be the worst possible case scenario,
yeah, like,
is for
why
him to get nervous to throw the ball.
he got crushed in that game. Did you see it?
Yeah, the dude coming straight up the middle.
Oh my god.
I thought he broke his ribs.
I thought
He
he was
might have. We
yeah,
might. We're check injury reports. Check about CJ Stroud. Next couple days because
he's good.
I don't know, man.
He got popped. He missed
Right,
1 play.
right in the ribs.
Yeah. Dude, a lot of guys got popped. Geno Smith got popped, or Stafford got destroyed too.
Josh Dobbs on the worst fake run. I
That was
texted you
his
guys.
yes.
I was like, all right, let's think about this logically. We're gonna we're gonna take out our one of the guys that blocks, make him the quarterback,
Mhm.
and then give it back to the quarterback who is a decent running quarterback, but is by no means a running back.
And also, your previous quarterback is now hurt, so you're running
Yeah,
essentially a backup quarterback. If you lose this guy, you're screwed.
and he had to go in for the concussion testing.
Yeah, they did. Someone flagged him from New York or whatever, like,
I
watching.
mean,
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah, you
check it.
should.
I thought so too.
It was a unnecessary roughness call that was not called that led to 3 points for the Broncos.
Do you think it should have been a
Well, they brought on Gene Steratore.
no, that was a different play.
No, I know for a fact they brought him on for that, and they said, "No, that is an unnecessary roughness because he completely lowered the crown of his helmet."
I thought that that was
I'm positive it was that one.
there was also one other one that they brought him on for, and he said.
I didn't see that one.
Who was it on? It was because it was on Kareem Jackson. It was on, like, oh, I lied. This was during okay, different game. It was on, in the Chargers game. One of the guys got absolutely wrecked, and they didn't call it.
So what happens when you're not like a top 10 quarterback if they don't isn't that so wild how
Oh,
like
they protect the guys.
they protect but like they should just protect all the quarterbacks the same no matter what.
No, they protect the guys.
Yes. Yes,
No,
I know.
I'm proving your point.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not disagreeing with
and it's
you.
just like, yeah, that's like just make it baseline rules that like the quarterback is completely protected no matter who you are. Because like, can you
It's
imagine Tom
definitely
Brady wore the hit that Josh Dobbs wore? He would have that dude would have been thrown out of the game.
oh, that
Would have
guy's
been kicked out of the NFL.
I was gonna say, that guy's playing in China next week.
That dude, if he's not in prison.
Enjoy Taiwan, buddy. When they were making fun of Dylan Brooks, and they were like when Dylan Brooks got cut by the Grizzlies, and nobody wanted him. And they were all like, "Enjoy Taiwan playing for this team and that team," and they were just naming them off. Okay, so Texans +1 at home. Joey's lock. Uh, we should start doing your one lock,
Yeah.
like auto best pick.
Well,
We'll get to it.
I'll tell you all of my lock, and like we can have like several because like several might be locks,
No,
or I might not have any.
no, there's one every week
At least one every week.
that you no, just one.
Nope, at least one. This is my segment.
Okay. It is Joey Murray's picks of the week. We're gonna put the fat picture of you on that.
Fine.
All right, here
No
we
such.
go. That line just flipped. Actually, you would have been in when Joey just said it. It flipped from -112 on the -1 to the Jags to -112 on the +1 on the Texans. That line's gonna flip here soon.
Yeah.
You are with the sharps. All right, Buccaneers at Colts. Colts -2.5
Buccaneers.
off the bye.
Buccaneers at Colts.
Yep,
Said Colts. What?
Colts -2.5, and they're coming off a bye.
I'm gonna take the Bucks. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah, because if if the Bucks can move the ball, Indy's defense has been absolutely atrocious. If they can move the
the
ball
worst,
downfield, and Indianapolis's secondary is dog water.
the worst.
Yeah. Um.
They're a
So
walking
yeah,
50 pot. Fortnite OG
yeah. Honestly, I would take Bucks money line.
+114 Bucks money line.
Yeah.
This is your
I mean, like I would just take the points because there's not much of a
no,
difference. But
obviously.
like
No, that's I
they're
mean,
gonna
you're
win that
getting plus money. All right, so +2.5, and Joey even likes the money line.
Bucks
Next
2.5. I borderline lock.
+2.5.
Yeah.
We'll get to the lock at the end. We'll get you all the
Well,
lines.
I gotta keep the track up here in the big brain.
That's fair.
It's lost.
The biggest brain.
The biggest brain in the room.
Yeah, okay, okay. All right, Panthers, Titans. Titans at home -4. What?
It's just such a bad game.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
That is a terrible game, actually.
if Will Levis is starting, I'm taking the Panthers.
He's going to be starting.
Okay, then
I don't see why he wouldn't.
I just that Panthers D has been playing good D all year.
Yeah,
So
they're not that bad.
no, it's just their offense is atrocious.
So on the road usually is about 2 points. So they're saying Titans are the better team by a couple points, really.
I mean, I think they're the better team, just not how they're playing right now.
It's fair. But
Um,
not like Bryce
uh,
Young's doing
the,
much over there.
no, I know it's a toss up for me. I don't love it either way, but
Yeah.
I'd lean Panthers.
Okay. Panthers +4. Another great game. You're gonna love this one. Patriots at Giants. Giants
Mm.
+3.5. Tommy
Oh,
DeVito.
that's tough.
He's coming in his mom's minivan, dropping him off.
How has the Patriots D been doing this year? Not good, right?
Average.
Oh man, that's tough.
Kyle Duggar's about well,
I'm gonna go with the Patriots coming off bye.
yeah, that's fair. I like that. I like that reasoning. I don't love the 3.5.
Because Ramondre Stevenson's been banged up, so I think
The
week
buy
for
helps.
him
Yeah.
helps him. Same with Demario Douglas,
I was gonna
banged
say
up.
it gives him another week to get comfortable being in his new spot, and I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Patriots -3.5 there. Uh, Saints at Falcons. Falcons +1. Desmond Ritter is the starting quarterback. Already announced.
That's tough, man. Who's the starting quarterback for the Saints?
Derek Carr still.
Derek Carr is.
Yes,
Do we know if he's like
he's playing.
Is he healthy or is he?
He's playing. Let me look if he's got an injury designation.
Because that's going to determine what I pick.
I know he's playing. Okay, so he's questionable, but he's going to play.
What's wrong with
Uh,
him?
Carr shoulder remain. Oh, okay. He's in concussion protocol. I lied. He may not
Oh,
play.
if
It's just concussion.
it's just concussion, Saints. If Derek Carr doesn't play, Falcons.
Okay.
Because I think the Falcons just pick off Jameis all day long. Like,
It's a good defense.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, dude. So I like this one here. This actually won't be the worst game, but won't be entertaining at the same time. All right, Browns Broncos. Broncos at home -2.5.
Yeah. I think Broncos. I think they're going to control the ball and DTR. Obviously, been fine. Nothing crazy. He got the win, but like if he didn't get the win, we'd talk about how he threw for 175 yards
Yeah,
on like 36 passes.
and now he's on the road in Denver. I think it's
Yeah,
going to be a tough place to play.
yeah, yeah,
So
and Mile High,
yeah,
first time up there.
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah. So I think Broncos for sure. What are
like
they? Are they minus or plus?
-2.5.
Yeah, so yeah,
So under the field goal. I like it too. I think they're starting to figure it out.
yeah. They don't look awful. They just like they're just so boring.
Yeah, but Sean Payton's good.
That first half was rough out of the Broncos though.
hmm Sean Payton's a good coach.
Yeah,
He'll get it
yeah.
going because they started out terrible and they've continued to just improve and
Yeah,
improve.
that defense, it's so skewed. Like when you see, um, like on the fantasy app, it says that they're playing the Broncos, and the Broncos are like it's like the rank is like 28th, and it's like green.
Yeah,
That's kind of deceiving, just because that the first three games,
of course they
especially
played the Dolphins.
yeah. So I would definitely kind of think about that a little bit.
Yeah. All right. We have one, two, three, four, five more left.
All right, we
All
can
right. Rams Cardinals. Cardinals +1.
read it a little bit slower next time. Rams,
Rams Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Cardinals +1.
Uh, if Cooper Cup plays
Yeah, that's
Rams,
right. I think this line is saying he doesn't play.
yeah. Cooper Cup plays Rams, even that if that flips to -1
That is -1 Rams.
or oh, I thought you said it was +1 Rams.
+1 Cardinals at home.
Yeah, I'm saying yeah. Either way, because it'd still be a push anyway. If because they're gonna win. They win by one. So yeah, if Cooper Cup plays Rams, not Cardinals.
Chiefs at Raiders. Raiders +9.5.
I'm gonna take the Raiders. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I don't have a whole lot of faith in the
Depends
Chiefs'
on what they're doing.
consistency. That's why it's 9.5.
You know what I mean? Smart ass.
Yeah, no, I think Aiden O'Connell, like, obviously he's not like the gunslinger, but like they're they're going back from trying to play chess, and they're back to just trying to play good checkers.
Yep.
Get the ball to 8 and 17,
Let them turn into kings on the other side and let it rip.
just let them go, man.
Absolutely. Uh, Great game here. Should be at least. Bills at Eagles. Eagles -3.5. This is what we talked about last week.
Yeah,
We'll learn.
and this is what I'm talking about with the defense. Eagles would be a great DFS team to play this week, given their I'm assuming Darius Slay is playing. Uh,
I wouldn't assume why not.
he's been hurt
Oh, he
every
has.
once in a while. Yeah. Um, yeah, Eagles great DFS play. I don't know what they're going to be valued at. Um, uh, that Bills team just looked like a new team.
They
Uh,
looked better.
they look better. I think you got to try the Eagles, man,
I just think at home plays such a big role right there.
especially in Philly.
I don't love the plus. Like I think at +3.5, I would take the Bills, but I think the Eagles win.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like it one way or the other. Yeah, I think Eagles win, but 4.5's a lot. I would
3.5.
it's 3.5 still. There's 2.5. That definitely Eagles, but
Yeah,
3.5.
I know. That's what I'm
Ugh,
saying.
that
Tough.
that extra field goal, man.
That's what it is.
Can I switch it?
Switch what?
I'm gonna switch it back to. I'm gonna switch to the Bills.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think the Eagles win. So do you. But 3.5 in that type of a game just feels like a lot of points.
Yeah.
All right, another good one. Sunday night. Ravens at Chargers +4.
for
Chargers.
Ravens.
Ravens are -4
Uh,
on on the road.
so real quick, once again, pick up OBJ for this game if you need a wide receiver. Primetime game.
Keaton Mitchell is still under 50% as well.
Yeah, Keith Mitchell. Yeah, he should be rostered already in everybody's league. Um,
Yes.
like, dude's electric. If he's not,
Listen to us.
no, I mean that's just like common sense at this
I
point. Like,
know.
watch a little bit of football and you'll know that he's going to be a stud for the rest of the year. Um, yeah, I'm taking the Chargers.
+4. Yeah, I think yeah,
Like, it's going to be a good offense versus great defense, and really tough offense from the Ravens to watch versus
but a good
even
offense.
worse defense from the
Can they
Chargers. Well,
exploit?
Chargers kind of turned around the past 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, Derwin James been playing better, and they just lost Joey Bosa though.
Mm,
So
that's actually, yeah. No, I mean, I think it. Yeah,
I think
Chargers.
they get it
That
run down their throat.
Ravens are just not an 8-3 ball club.
I would argue that. I think
I mean,
they're
they are, but like
I think they're a very good team.
they're very good defense.
Yes, but I think
Mark Andrews out,
that's what will be interesting to see. Can they exploit the poorly placed secondary in
so they're
LA?
just gonna be sitting on Zay Flowers. So it's gonna come down to OBJ.
There it is. You heard it here. What about Rashad Bateman? Can he make a play?
No,
No, he can't. Stinks, dude.
no. I mean, I want them to.
They won't. Okay, yeah. So you're gonna take Chargers +4. I
Yeah,
like Herbie.
yeah. I don't love that pick either. But that's where I'm
Hopefully
going.
they fire Staley before then. That would change the line into the Charger favor, probably.
Yeah, they stopped going for it on 4th and 12 from their own 30.
Yeah, it usually helps. Just make that guy stop calling defensive plays. He won't give it up. You see that interaction with the media?
Yeah, I saw them like stop asking or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's good. All right, last game, Monday night. A little is it? I don't know if this is a rivalry. Well, it's in division at least. Bears at Minnesota. Minnesota -3.5.
yeah. I'm taking obviously 3.5's tough, but Minnesota, they're a good team.
I'm with
They're a
that one.
playoff team.
I'm with that one. I don't think it's like as good of a game. So
Yeah,
I
Bears
think
are a bottom 3 team.
yeah,
Vikings are top 10 team,
yeah.
top 12 team.
I I want to say they're top 10.
They're right. They're around it.
They're they got a good record.
I'd have to go. I'd have
They
to go
started
for it.
out 0-3 and then now they've won like 5 or 6 straight.
Just like I said, the best 0-3 team we've ever seen.
We'll see. Time will tell.
Well, Kirk Cousins is out, so it kind of changed things.
Yeah, it does. I wish he was there for Jettas when he comes back. Oh, okay. Well, that's going to do it for this Tuesday's edition of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed your time. Uh, anything you want to finish up on?
Nope.
No? Well, there we go. Thank you.
OBJ for 1 week.
There we
Drop him or trade him right out. Well,
go. No more
no
trades.
more trades.
Well, okay.
But
Well,
don't expect him to keep producing after this next week.
yeah.
Check the you can't really go much further than
Call him a
a week out.
streamer.
Streamer.
He's a streamer pick.
Streamer pick
There you go.
for 1 week.
Yeah. Okay. Well, appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, follow on all the socials.
And comment questions you guys got on, especially on YouTube. Like,
Yep.
we got like long form conversation here. So anything on YouTube, like, we obviously our following is nothing crazy right now. So if you comment a question, we will guaranteed to talk about it.
100% response rate.
So we'll mention your name too.
Yeah. We'll give you a shout out. Don't you want that? Yeah. So, well, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe, like, do it all. We are on TikTok, Amazon Music, Spotify podcasts. We have it all at Crossover Athlete Insights. That is with an S at the end. We are on TikTok as well. Be sure to follow us over there. We will have clips of the podcast and other new things not in the podcast on TikTok as well for you to update throughout the week. Thank you for tuning in. We are your hosts, Joshua Shapiro and Joey Murray. We will see you Saturday.